Green flag has waved at the back. The 5-second board is raised. 15 minutes then ahead of us. The red lights go on the gantry. They go out and away they go. Good start by Tom Roach there from closest to the camera by the pit wall. That's the outside though of the grid because he started second here, but looks like he's made a pretty good start. Again, Ben Short not that well away. He's dropped to about 4th position. It's Mike Comber through in 2nd place. Ben Hansey is 3rd. Short slots in 4th position. Then Ben Abbott in 5th. Courtney Milnes 6th as they turn their way now through Hawthorn for the first time. This very big grid, 19 rows of cars heading out of the chicane and onto the straight towards Tower Bend for the first time.
Bizarre stuff going on for Ben Short off the lines so far this weekend. So he's got all the work to do just like he did yesterday. But what about for the lead? It's Roach versus Comber then, and Ben Hansey 3rd. Ben Short's about to lose 4th place now because Ben Abbott's going right round the outside of him at Tower. Is he going to make that work? Well, they're going to run side by side down towards the Jim Clark S's. This is a fast corner, flat out in MX-5s, and it's nose to tail for the lead because Tom Roach has Mike Comber right on his tail, former 750 Motor Club low-cost champion in 2nd place, and these two are breaking away early on down into Sunny. Comber tried to get the lead here yesterday, that didn't work out for him, so he tucks in underneath the lead of the Blendini Motorsport liveried car that's been run by BS Motorsport this weekend. It's Tom Roach returning, trying to win again in a Mazda MX-5 race here at Croft.
Now these two, if they've got any sense, will work together and try and get a bit of a gap from the rest. It's possible Ben Hansey could delay Ben Short in getting through. Ben Short, the championship leader, he has won 5 of the 6 races that we've had so far this year. They're turning their way through the hairpin for the first time to complete lap number 1. It is Roach that's leading then, Comber in 2nd, Hansey number 1 is still 3rd, 71 Ben Short in 4th position, 93 Ben Abbott 5th, Courtney Milnes in 6th. There is then a gap back to Declan McDonnell in 7th place, and they are all heading down to Clairvaux for the 2nd time.
Indeed they are, and across the line Tom Roach was 4 tenths ahead of Comber. Then there's that 1 second gap, and I think Declan McDonald's lost a place there to Ian Tomlinson into Clairvaux. That was for 7th then. McDonnell, another former 750 Motor Club champion, but they're the top 2 then out of the chicane. Hansey still in 3rd ahead of his team boss Ben Short. There's Tomlinson now ahead of McDonnell. Behind him is Marcus Bailey, and then Steve Craggs is 10th.
Just looking at what's going on out of the window, because Ben Short was getting close there. You can see him to the back of Ben Hansey. It actually didn't look that close when we cut to the picture, but it looked like he was going to make a move there. He didn't, but already he's got a second or so to make up on the 2 leading cars, Roach and Comber. Comber, the driver from Leicestershire, Roach the Welshman, and you've got Hansey from Northampton ahead of the Wiltshire driver Ben Short, and they too are now sort of in a little pair, aren't they? Ben Abbott is on his own in 5th place, and Courtney Milnes, she is there in 6th, the driver from Birkenhead. But so far, Ben Short are able to find a way past Ben Hansey, and with every corner that passes him, well, he's not able to do that, so it's going to make it more difficult for him to catch the leaders. They're heading into the complex now, and Short has finally broken through.
Yeah, around the outside, he's got that done. A corner you can break really late. The drivers have been telling me into the complex much later than you think you can. For the lead, Comber trying to go around the outside of Roach, that won't work. Ben Abbott's now back with Ben Hansey, and off the road is car number 96, which is Sam Moody. So it looks like Sam Moody's had a issue. He was in 24th position before that had happened. At 38 cars that started this race. Ben
Short's done the best lap of the race though, in spite of having to overtake a car, 1:40.39, so a couple of tenths faster than Roach and Comber ahead. So there's 1.4 seconds between Roach in the lead and Ben Short in 3rd place. It's Mike Comber between the 2 of them, of course, but it'll be interesting to see if Short now on this lap can get his head down and reel in the leaders. He's already pulled away from Ben Hansey in 4th place. There a little bit further back is one of the Johnsons, isn't it? And behind him 47 Stephen Craggs, so that's Jordan Johnson, the 92 car ahead. That was the battle for 10th and 11th. There Declan McDonnell in the black car with the pink design, you can see going through, and 230 is the car of Tom Holland as well. The leaders meanwhile are getting pretty close as they head up towards Sunny, so we'll see if we can pick those up in a moment. But for the moment, watching this excellent midfield action with Tom Holland involved in this as they make their way to the very fast right-hander at Barcroft, and then up to the double right-hander at Sunny. They turn their way through the first part and the second part. There are the 2 leaders. Well, it is still Roach ahead, But Comber right behind him, and Ben Short definitely closing in, Josh.
Yes, and Ben Hansie and Ben Abbott aren't far away. Courtney Milnes has dropped though. She was with them. She's dropped away. She's still 6th, but a long way behind the top 5 that turn their way to the end of lap 3, out of the hairpin with Mike Comber as close as he has been all race to Tom Roach, but he's been right there on his bumper from the very beginning. Courtney,
and off has gone car number 10, I'm afraid, and that is the driver.
Stephen Horner.
Stephen Horner, yeah.
32nd position. Looks like he must have had an off at Barcroft.
Yeah, it's come into contact with the tyre barrier by the looks of it. We're back with the leaders though. 1-2-5, Tom Roach. He was 3/10 clear of Mike Comber at the start of the lap. They're heading out of the chicane onto the back straight now by the old pit lane and up towards Tower Bend once again. But Ben Short closing in on them. It was less than a second from second to third at the start of the lap, and it's probably about half a second now, I would say, as they turn their way through Tower. It's Ben Hansie in 4th. It is still Ben Abbott in 5th, and Ian Tomlinson now up in 6th place because Courtney Milnes is dropping back a little bit. Yellow flags on the start and finish rate, and a safety car. That's why. So safety car is being called for, probably because of that incident that you mentioned involving Stephen Horner.
Indeed. I mentioned Courtney Milnes had dropped away in 6th. She also fell behind Ian Tomlinson before the end of the lap. So don't know if she's got some kind of issue. There she is on screen. Looks like up to speed coming into this safety car period. But she's lost a place after starting early. There's another car off the road. That's on the exit of the chicane. That's car number 78.
Yeah, Charlie Brisker, isn't it?
And he was 29th.
It's the driver's a little bit further down the order that's struggling. Charlie, I think, has realised that he's got a problem and pulls right off to the other side of the circuit. If we park up against the barriers there, but yep, safety car is going to greet the drivers. It's waiting there at the exit of the pit lane.
Looks like it's only Stephen Horner we lost at Barcroft though. He's the only one that's not come through at the end of 3 laps.
Yeah, so we have 8 minutes to go in this 15-minute race. The drivers have completed 4 laps. Best lap, of course, still to Ben Short at 1 minute 40.14. What lap times did we have yesterday? Have you got a note of that, Josh? Just trying to compare what lap times we're seeing today to yesterday.
So the fastest lap, which was a new lap record yesterday, was a 1 minute 40.38.
Okay, so he's underneath that.
Indeed.
By a couple of tenths, about a quarter of a second in actual fact. So good pace shown there by Ben Short. The problem is getting the car off the line, it seems, this weekend for Ben.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't recall that being a particular issue for him in the past. And of course, Tom Roach hasn't raced his car for a while and has been bettering him easily off the line, but interesting. And we should note, well, we've got a bit of pause at the 3rd race of the weekend, which won't be that far away, only about a couple of hours. Will be a partially reversed grid, so that could bring some even further interest into things. But we'll concentrate on this race for now, which hopefully will get a restart because we've still got 7 minutes of the race to go.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of hard work going on down there at Barcroft. Hopefully all is okay with Stephen Horner, because it looked like that would have been a pretty fast off-track excursion for him.
So 6 3/4 minutes to go. This Mazda MX-5 Mark 1 Championship. There is Horner's car being recovered by one of our rescue crew and some of the marshals. Hopefully get that to a position of safety. 1.6 litre MX-5 Mark 1, so these cars are about 30 years old now, roughly. And they're running this year on Avon tyres, so a change of tyres for this season as well.
Yeah, they're tyres that have been actually developed by Avon Motorsport themselves, I understand. And it looks like they give off a good amount of grip, a bit better than the road registered Avon tyres that we've seen race elsewhere in Mazda MX-5 racing. We've seen some really quick lap times being done this year already by them.
So it's a great way of going racing, an MX-5 racing. There was a sort of manufacturer-backed championship 30 years ago for the Mazda MX-5 Mark 1s, but I think it only lasted for about a season, and it never attracted that big grids. But then it was around about the early 2000s that a few people got together, one of whom was Alan Robson, the man behind Five Club, to sort of use the Mazda MX-5 Mark 1 as a platform for an affordable club racing series, and it proved very successful. Various different championship organisers have come and gone over the years, but there's, well, I don't know how many race registered Mazda MX-5 Mark 1s there are, but we've got nearly 40 of them on the grid here, others that race in other championships as well, so must be well into three figures, I would think, in terms of Mark 1 MX-5s that are available to race, and it really is a very good, affordable way to go racing.
And Mazda very much involved, not so much in the UK, but especially in the States. There's big prize money in the Mazda MX-5 Championships, and we have seen in the past that there have been prizes on offer for British drivers that have had a go at the series over there. There was a talk pre-COVID, wasn't there, that Mazda Motorsport were thinking about bringing a Mark IV Championship into the UK, but I think the COVID pandemic put that at halt. Not many Mark IV race cars currently in the country, but maybe that's something to come on. We've got lots of Mark IIIs racing in Club Enduro later on today. But yes, Mazda MX-5 is definitely one of the most used race cars, not just in England, but throughout the world.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's a reason for that. It's a great car to drive on track. Very rewarding, very much fun as well, most importantly, in club motor racing. So we're still under safety car here with 4 minutes of the race left to go. Good to see a number of you watching the live stream. Daniel Watkins is sorry that he can't be here. He's still fixing his car after Castle Combe, unfortunately, but hopefully Daniel will be back on the grid in 5 Club before too much longer.
What a different day it is to Castle Combe.
Goodness me,
particularly the end of Combe, which was very cold, it was very wet indeed, but absolutely glorious here just a few weeks later.
Yeah, superb weather. Summer has finally arrived, and long may it continue. It's fantastic conditions for racing as well. So we should, I'm just having a look, we've still got safety car board at the finish line, just not quite sure how well this recovery is going, but I suspect if we're going to get going again, it will need to be this lap, because we've only got 3 minutes left on the clock, and the cars are about a third of the way from the end of the lap at the moment, so it'll take another minute or so for them to get to the start line.
I wonder if some of these
safety car lights are out, that's good.
Okay, I was going to say, we see some of the tyre marks down there. I wonder if some of them are from the incident, but that's not to worry about for now. We've got a couple of laps of racing to go.
Tom Roach is really backing them up. Is he going to go here before he gets to the hairpin, or is he going to go after the hairpin? I think he's going to go after the hairpin. By the looks of it, safety car is already in the pit lane. Green flag will wave on the timing line, and we'll get 2 more laps out of this actually, because there's 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go when the green flag waves, the race gets back underway. So it's Tom Roach from Mike Comber, and obviously that safety car has allowed Ben Short to narrow the small gap that there still was before the safety car came out. He's made a good restart, and it's now 3 for the lead as they head through Clervaux Corner and Hawthorne for the first time on this restart, the 7th time in all. Ben Hansey there in 4th position, Ben Abbott there in 5th, Ian Tomlinson in 6th, but Roach is the leader as they head out of the chicane and towards Tower.
That's right. It looks like Hansey's managed to break away from Abbott in their little battle that they were having prior to the pause. The race well and truly back underway down towards Tower Bend. We've still got 36 of these cars racing out of the 38 that started. Marcus Bailey there trying to keep Jordan Johnson behind him in the battle for 9th and 10th positions. Just behind them you see there's Stephen Craggs, who's having a good run here at Croft, but they're the top 3 through the Jim Clark S's together. Tom Roach hasn't really been challenged yet, but now as we get into the business end of the race you'd think that might change. So it is the Blandini car from the MCR car from the BS Motorsport car. They are lying astern, they're a bit sideways as well. How else do you race an MX-5? Behind, Courtney Milnes gains a place, back ahead of Ian Tomlinson for 6th position.
Yep, so can she now catch and pass Ben Abbott? But look at this, the top 3 have really made quite a considerable break on this lap. There'll be 1 more lap to go at the end of this one. Roach in the green car, 1.25 leading, 58 Mike Comber in 2nd, 71 Ben Short in 3rd. So they've got a 1-lap shootout basically coming up. Mike Comber gets halfway alongside Tom Roach, uses quite a lot of the curb there at the hairpin, and he's got his car in front. But Roach gets on the power better on the way out of the corner. They're absolutely side by side as they go across the line this time. Roach will have the inside inside line, and it's also Josh got his nose ahead.
He had, and that right line into Clervaux is so important. I think Mike Comber might find himself in the wrong place here because Short right behind. Roach, he locks up, but he gets second place. Yeah, that didn't work for Comber, did it? Unfortunately, what else do? You got the chance, you got to go for it, really. He was nosing ahead for a while, but then the momentum went away from him. Then the wrong line into Clervaux, and he loses a position. But it's not over yet because there's still plenty to go in this on the final lap. And Ben Short's got a great exit to the chicane. He's jinking it one way, jinking the other way, trying to get ahead of Tom Roach, who's defending down towards Tower. And Comber on the outside breaks really late. He's locking up. He's not going to be able to make that work, but they are still together. And there are still a couple of places where overtakes could happen, Ian.
Yeah, as Comber demonstrated on the previous lap, you can do it at the hairpin. Is Ben Short going to be able to get through here to make it 6 from 7 through the Jim Clark S's? Now they're heading towards the fast flat out right-hander at Barcroft. Then it's Sunny. There's an opportunity there to overtake if you are really brave. He's almost touching the back of Roach's car there. He clambers over the curbs at Sunny in, now through Sunny out. So just the complex to go. All three leading contenders still together. It's the green car ahead of Tom Roach. As Short jinking this way and that, trying to put his car on the inside line. They're almost 3 wide as they head into the complex. Comber, though, is the one that comes out in second place as a result of all of that. Can he mount an attack into the hairpin for the final time he got through here? A lap ago, surely Roach will be wise to that this time. I think he is. So Roach is that's going to be heading out of the final corner now. Can Comber or indeed Short use the toe to get up and alongside Tom Roach as they come up to the line? The answer to that question is no, because the checkered flag goes out, and it's Tom Roach that wins then in the 1-2-5 car from Mike Comber in second, Ben Short in third, Ben Hansey is in fourth place, Ben Abbott fifth.
Thank you, guys. Well, congratulations, Tom. I would like to say never looked in doubt. I mean, I don't think you ever actually lost the lead in that race, but, well, they harried you all the way. How did you find it?
Yeah, I was pretty glad of that safety car for a bit of a rest. The car felt better than yesterday, and I think yesterday I was guilty of probably not defending as hard as I could. So, yeah, while I was in the lead, I was going to try everything I could to keep the lead. Fair play, Ben and Mike. I mean, they're both amazing to race against because you just know that they'll give everybody fair room. There's not going to be anything dodgy. I mean, Mike got the inside out of the hairpin, but he left me room. So many people would push you off. But, yeah, it's great fun racing back in MX-5s.
Yeah, it's great to have you back as well. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic action here, as always. And like you say, though, you were side by side up the straight. It was just a clean drag race between the two of you. Then Ben got through, and we thought maybe he was going to take second as well. And Michael just picked him at the end. So, I mean, how are the track conditions out there today? Because it is really warm today compared to yesterday. We have just seen a new lap record being put in, so gone even quicker than yesterday.
Yeah, which is surprising because it's not. It feels hot. You know, the engines don't feel that they're really loving the weather, but it's nice and dry, and it's the same for everyone, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, as I say, it is giving us great action and really quick times as well. So let me give you this, first of all. So congratulations on your win once again. And we're about to do the live draw as well to see where you're going to start the next race. If you just want to read out what number.
10.
Number 10. Oh dear. Okay. Well, that's certainly going to make it interesting, isn't it? Well, thank you very much, Tom. Congratulations again, and we'll see you again hopefully for the second race as well. Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. Back to you.